Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about parties today. Yeah, I'm driving and videoing at the same time, so I won't look at you and I'll look at the road because that's responsible, right? But as a stay-at-home mom, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, let's talk about home parties. Home parties, I did a lot when I first started my business, but lately, as you all know, home parties aren't exactly, the main focus of your business. I guess they could be the main focus, but I don't get a lot of home bookings because people are busy. People don't want to commit. We're in a society of people who are afraid of commitment, and they're afraid of saying, yes, I'll do that home party for you. They're afraid of inviting their friends. They're just afraid. They're afraid to inconvenience people, and, so home parties are amazing. They're an amazing asset to your business. And you should always ask someone. So if someone agrees to do an online party for you and they're local, always at least ask. Say, hey, we can definitely do an online party for you. I know you have a lot of out-of-town friends, but while we're at it, if you want to just invite a few girls over, I can bring our new foot products. You could use a snarky bar and show them how that, what I do actually at home parties, because it's pretty simple. At first, when I first started, I did a lot of face masks. I did like a face mask party, and that was cool, but nobody wanted to use a face mask because they probably have makeup on when they come to your party. And if they're a bunch of if they're close friends, sure, they'll take their makeup off and do a face mask, but I found that it was 50-50. So 50% of the people would try one, and 50% of the people would just they would say, no, thank you, and they would just sit there and, page through the catalog. They would smell stuff, but they just wouldn't use it. So I started changing the way I did things a little bit, and then I did a mani-pedi party, which was cool because I would do like a hand soak and a foot scrub, and people could decide what they wanted to do, but that got a little too crazy because then there was too many options. So now I do foot soaks. So I have a Dollar Tree right down the road from me, which I spend way too much money at, and I would get these they're pink, of course, but you can get any color you want. They're just $1 circle tubs, and they're enough that you can put both feet in a tub with warm water and it won't spill out. I do always bring towels and put it right under it, because if it's at someone's house, I don't want to get their floor wet or their carpet wet, whichever. So what you could do is just fill it with warm water, use like a quarter or a half a scoop of our bath salts, just so it's a product spotlight, so they get that smell, maybe the muscle throw or the sleepy sleep. You can ask them, you can have like 2 or 3 options and say, hey, smell these, if they're not feeling well, cold on hold, something like that. So you can put those in the tub, have them soak their feet, and then at that point, when you have everybody sitting around soaking their feet, which I've never had someone turn down a foot soak, because it's simple. You just take off your shoes and you soak your feet. So I've never had anybody turn that down. So everyone's just sitting around soaking their feet, chatting it up. And then you can go out and say, then you can go around and hand out catalogs. And you can say, hey, while you're sitting here relaxing, soaking your feet, check out this catalog. It reads really, really like a magazine. So, there's like tips and tricks of how to use things. The setup is amazing. If you want to smell anything in person, let me know. And if I have it here, I'll bring it over to you. And then you're almost like, they're at a restaurant and you're the waitress, and you walk over there and you're like, oh, this is, the pineapple pick-me-up face mask. And then if you have someone who's like, yeah, girl, I want to try a face mask, have some of the Bear It All wipes on hand, have them wipe their face off and apply a face mask right there while they're sitting down. I personally find the more I do, the more they buy. And this is totally just me, because I worked in a spa for, 3 or 4 years, and I worked in customer service before that. So I'm all about customer service, and I'm all about making people feel special, because that kind of takes it just one more step. So I know this is going to sound gross to a lot of people, but I do a foot scrub for everybody. So we only have two scrubs now. We used to have 4. The summer scrubs were amazing, and they're still on the website. So if you have those and they're still available for purchase, use them. It's only, what month is this? September. People are still going to like that Blacklisted, the blackberry, amazing foot scrub. That one, everybody loves it. Just because you have something old old meaning that it's not in the current catalog. If it's still on the website, if you can still put an order in for somebody, take it, use it, okay? So I have them pick out scrubs. I just have a tray and they just smell the scrubs, and I have them pick out which one they want to use, and I just do a quick little foot scrub on them. You don't have to do it for a long time. You don't have to be a certified nail technician or anything like that, because you're not, you know, you're not clipping nails or anything. That's no, I don't do that. But I do just scrub their feet, okay? So my husband loves me to death, but he won't touch my feet ever. He's like, I would rather pay for you to go get a pedicure than me have to sit and rub your feet. But after a long day of chasing around a 3-year-old, all I want is for somebody to rub my feet. And you know as well as I do that sitting down, trying to lift your own leg up, trying to lift your own foot up, it's just not relaxing. So having just that little like 1 minute, 2 minute foot scrub from a stranger, it doesn't even have, you know, and if it was a friend, maybe they'd be like, oh no. And if someone says no like that, if someone's like, oh no, honey, no, say, please, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you relax. And I find, and this is not why I do it, but of course it helps. I find that if I scrub their feet, they are more likely to put in an order or to purchase more than they normally would. While you're rubbing their feet and scrubbing their feet, you want to, so you can only, if it's only you can only do one person at a time, right? So that means that you're not able to get up and go get stuff. So I would make sure that you have it set up to where you can easily reach. You can easily reach for stuff. So if someone asks, oh, I'm looking at this face mask, either they can reach it, maybe you have it on tables in between them, or you have it somewhere where you can easily reach and hand it to them while you're still down scrubbing people's feet. And also make sure beforehand, make sure everybody has a catalog, and I like to give them a clipboard, either, you know, full size or one of the little mini clipboards, because when you're sitting in a chair and you want them to write down a wish list, right? So if you're using the espresso yourself scrub on their feet and they love that smell, you don't want them to forget the smell. So you're gonna want them to say, hey, write that on your wish list, circle it in the catalog. What I've been doing is giving them a pricing at a glance sheet, of course with my information at the top, and then having them circle on the pricing at a glance sheet what they like, what they want, wish list type things. And I say, hey, while we're here, at least circle 6 of them, because buy 5 get the 6 free. And then in that time, you can kind of be glancing at their sheet and you can say, oh, you have that BFF circled on there. So you grab the BFF and you're like, here, do you want to, you know, here's that. Do you want to use that while you're getting your feet soaked? So after everybody is done getting their feet soaked and scrubbed, I let them look at the Big Fat Yummy hand creams and the body butters. Actually, the hand creams are a little better for feet. But I haven't done a party like this since we've had that Toes Before Bros mask. So that would be an awesome addition to this, because you can apply that Toes Before Bros, and if you have a crock pot, you can just put some warm washcloths in there, apply that Toes Before Bros after they're done soaking and scrubbing, apply it, put a warm washcloth on top of it, and let them sit there and let it soak longer than that. You will sell those Toes Before Bros like nothing else. So just make it a pampering session. Don't make it out to be a, hey, come to this party and listen to my presentation, because nobody wants to listen to a presentation. And what exactly are you going to present, you know, about Posh? You know, it's just, it like Anne says, we are purely shallow. We just want you to enjoy our lotion, our luxurious lotions and face masks. And there is nothing really complicated about it. You know, they smell it, they feel it, they put it on their skin, and they like it. So back to what you do beforehand. So beforehand, do the catalog, pricing at a glance, and a pin. And I normally get like little bitty clipboards. You can get them at Dollar Tree, Target dollar section. Don't spend a fortune on it. Everything I get for a party, I can either get at Dollar Tree or the Target dollar section. And remember, every single thing you bring to a party, if you bring a bottle of wine, if you bring the foot tubs, if you stop by and get some snacks beforehand, that is a tax write-off at the end of the year. So make sure you are saving your receipts and the mileage to and from the party. So if you drive 30 minutes to a party, track your mileage, track how much you're going, and that is a tax write-off too. So parties in general are amazing for your business. I've never had a home party that was less than like $400. If you can get people there, make it exciting, make it an experience. Don't make it a party. As Michelle Archer says, we really want to get away from that P word because nobody likes it. So think of themes. Themes go over so well, and hostesses can really get behind that theme, especially with social media and Facebook now. On the Facebook invite, they can hop on there and they can find some cute graphics that go with the theme, and they can, you know, they can really run with it, and you can run with it too. You can do, I don't do games because honestly, to me, games are really, really boring. I've done a few at the beginning. I've done a few like, I think I spelled out like pamper, and the first person to make words describing their hostess, you know, won a prize or something. But if you're going to take prizes to a party, what you want to do is get other people to book parties. So of course I'm in my car, so I don't have anything to show you, but bring like 3 little bags, very small bags. They don't have to be anything big. They don't have to be anything fancy, but they have to have a little sense of mystery. You can get those at Dollar Tree too. So bring a little bag, things you can put in there. Bath salts, lip balms, and like the old bath salts, if you can still grab those, the little individual ones. Bath salts, lip balms, gift cards, $5 Starbucks gift cards people go crazy for. And it's $5, and like I said, tax write-off. What else? Just little items, not that's like breaking the bank. You could even put a chunk in there if you grab one of the $5 chunks, anything like that. And what you're going to want to do is have 2 or 3 of them available. And then at the end of the party or during the party, or if someone says, this is so much fun, you can say, yeah, girl, you can do it for yourself too. If you book a party today, go ahead and get your tentative date scheduled so they don't feel like they're committing 100%. But go ahead and get your tentative date scheduled today, and you get to pick out one of those mystery bags as your gift. And they can take it right then, right there, because then they are going home with something tangible, and then you have a tentative date booked, and you can keep following up with them to get that booked with their party too. So your goal for every single party, whether it be online, in-home, you know, portable party, anything like that, is to always get another party booked. So a few little takeaways from an in-home party. If you book an online party with a local person, always, always, always ask if they'd like to do a little in-home get together, you know, with a few local friends. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be that P word. Don't ask for a party, but say, hey, since you're already doing something online, why don't we go ahead and get together with just like, you know, 1 or 2 of your local girls. We could go live in the online party and show people how to use the bath salts and the foot scrubs and a hand cream and this new Toes Before Bros foot mask. So then it's an extra little incentive of, hey, we get to try all these products out in real life, and she's also going to get extra sales off of her online party too, because her friends are actually seeing her doing it, and they're not just like, oh, you know, this hostess just wants to or this consultant just wants to make money and she just keeps talking about how awesome these products are. My second takeaway would always be to ask for the sale. I know my mom's generation, the generation before me, if you went to a home party, you bought something. I don't care if you buy the cheapest thing in the catalog. If you show up to a home party and you use a consultant's products to try out for yourself, you buy something. I know like everybody in our generation is not necessarily the same type way of thinking, but like I said, it always goes back to the same idea. If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. So if someone is, you know, putting up their stuff and they've tried on a face mask and they've done a foot soak and you scrub their feet and, you know, they start grabbing their purse, don't be afraid to say, hey, did you fill out your wish list? I can place your order right now. That's not being pushy. That is not being overly salesy. You used your products. You used your time. You are more than welcome to say just a gentle little, you know, like, here, let me go ahead and place your order before you leave. And if they're very adamant about, oh, I'll call you and I'll place it tomorrow, get their name, get their email, get their phone number, and get a wish list with the 6 items they circled. It's not pushy, I promise. If they show up, they should be able to do that. And then, like I said, don't be afraid to ask for the sale. So this is your job. If you got a babysitter and you're paying a babysitter to watch your kids while you go to a home party for 2 hours, you need to be making a certain amount of money for those 2 hours. Tell yourself the amount you want to get paid per hour and make it. And then my third takeaway is to just make it fun. You know, people don't want a presentation. People don't want someone who's so nervous. People like people who are fun and exciting and passionate. Just show people how much you love the product. You don't have to have a script. You don't have to follow like this is, you know, in the first 10 minutes you need to do this, in the next 10 minutes you need to do this. You can make that out if you're OCD and type A like me, that's fine. But I've definitely learned to lighten up a little bit and just realize that people just want to enjoy their time. If someone's coming to your party, say they have 3 kids at home, this is the first time in a month that they've been away from 3 kids, they don't want to have to feel like that weird energy of someone who's nervous and standing there. They just want to relax. They just want to get their feet soaked, and they just want to be able to enjoy that experience and then know how to replicate it at home. So keep it simple. If you do a foot soak and a foot scrub and then that warm foot towel, and you can be like, yes, and you can do that, and they tell you about how stressed they are at home and how they just need a second to themselves. Tell them, make it simple. Say you can replicate this at home so easy. Just fill up your bathtub a little bit, put a little bit of these bath salts in there, sit on the end, soak, get your wine glass, take a little sip of your wine, and then at the end, just throw your washcloths in the warm water, wring them out, put the toes before bros right on your feet, and then wrap them, and then sit there, you know, sit in your bed or something with a towel, and just really enjoy this that you can do at home after you've had a long day or a hard day. Totally able to replicate it at home. That's what you want to do. You want them to fall in love with the experience and then be able to order the products where they can do the same thing at home. That's all I have to say about home parties. Don't stress about it. Keep them fun. Remember the takeaways, and make sure to share. If you have something that is super successful or you came up with this amazing idea, that's the perfect part about this business, is that there's not a right or wrong way to do it. And you could fall into something that's super successful, and you know, you can share that with your teammates, and you can say, look, I had this great party today, and guess what happened, and guess, you know, I did a $600 party. How awesome is that? And just sharing and being excited, it really pays off in the end. So that is my training on home parties, and I hope it helps. I'll definitely share resources, but mainly Dollar Tree is my resource. Dollar Tree and Target dollar section, you can pretty much do anything. So enjoy, book those home parties, and let us know how it goes.